So now we're going to make a homemade chicken Kiev. I've got here some nice chicken breast fillets, and I've got some dry cured streaky bacon. Just any kind of streaky bacon will do. You can use back bacon, I just prefer to use streaky bacon. It needs to cover the whole Kiev. What I've got here on my chopping board, I've got a piece of cling film, and I've got another piece of cling film here. Okay, so I'm going to try and do this one-handed. I need to put it, this needs to be, by the way, skin side up. It needs to be skin side up, not that way. If you do it that way, what I'm going to do now, when I hit this, it'll just break up. It'll just disintegrate basically. So it needs to be skin side up. Okay. And I'm going to get the other piece of cling film, if I can do it, and place it over the top of that. Okay. If you don't use the cling film over, you'll just end up, well, you'll destroy it basically. I'm using a rolling pin. Okay, I'm just going to gently tap it first, and then you can put a little bit more weight into it. You see it start to spread out. You can just, some people prefer to use a chicken Kiev and just cut along the top, make an incision like a pocket and put their butter in there. I prefer this method. I've tried it a few times. It's a really nice method of making a chicken Kiev. It works perfectly. I'm just going to turn that sideways. Right this way a little bit. Remember, if you do it skin side up, you can pretty much do what you want with it because it won't break. Okay. I hope I'm getting this in shot properly. I'm trying to do it with one hand. Okay, there's no rips in that. Just come out a little bit at the side. Just going to give it another little go around this way. I want it to be big enough for me to be able to roll it comfortably. Okay, so that looks like that. So if I'll take that top piece off. There we have a beautifully flattened chicken breast. I'm going to do some garlic butter now, and I'll come back to you in a second. Now I've put in here butter, fresh parsley that I chopped. You can put all this in a food processor if you like. And then I've put 2 small cloves of garlic and a tiny little bit of salt and a teaspoon of lemon juice. Now you can put whatever filling you want in these. You can put cheese and onion, ham and cheese, you can put a tikka filling, you can put whatever the hell you want in there. Whatever you want to wrap inside that chicken. When I do this in a minute now, it's completely up to you. If we all had the same taste in food, this would be a boring world. So that's in there. Now it's going to be hard for me to do this one-handed, so it's impossible for me to do one-handed. I've turned the chicken over now so the skin side's on the bottom once I took it off the cling film. So basically, just to give you a rough idea, we're going to roll this up and we're going to make a package out of it. But I'm going to have to do this with 2 hands because it's impossible to do with 2. So you need to fold it all in, get it to a nice packet, and then we'll come back to the next step. So I've made a packet out of it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back on top of the cling film, and without my cameraman here this is quite difficult. I'm going to pull these sides up and I'm going to squeeze it together, and I'm going to turn it and turn it and turn it and turn it and turn it. I'm going to have to use both hands until I got a nice tight package, and then this is going to go in the freezer for about half an hour to firm up, and then I'm going to roll it in the bacon, and then I'm going to breadcrumb it possibly. I don't know yet. Might not. That is now rolled into a nice tight ball. You can see how tight it is. Don't go, if you go too tight with it, unless you've got an expensive cling film, if you go too tight with it, it will just pop the cling film. So what I've done is I've done that and I've turned that over. You can see that it's a nice package. When I put this in the freezer now for about half an hour or so, half an hour to 45 minutes, it won't freeze it, but it will really firm it up, and then we'll wrap it in the bacon. So in between, because I turned my phone off by mistake, in between doing the chicken Kievs, my jam roly-poly was ready. So fingers crossed, this is beautiful. Oh my god, that looks amazing. We do like, oh god, I wish you had smelly telly. Wow. Look at that. Hang on one second, let's just get into this bugger. Wow. Just tell me that doesn't look banging. Beautiful. Banging. That's one hell of a jam roly-poly. We're going to enjoy that later when I do some homemade custard. Oosh. This little beauty, this is my Kiev. This has been in the freezer now for about half an hour, and I've made a crisscross out there. I've got dry cured streaky bacon, and what we're going to do is we're going to make. I put the seam part where we rolled it on the bottom, so the bacon will hold in, well, more chance of holding more of the juices in than if I did it the other way around. So we're going to put this. That bacon smells lovely. Put this on here. I'll come back to it in a second because I need both hands. So let's just do this one more time. What you look for, that's the part that we folded in, and that's obviously the top. Okay, so you want to put this with that down on the centre of the bacon. Okay, and that way all the bacon is gonna any garlic that wants to escape, it's got less chance of doing so. Okay, so just fold that in nice like that. Fold it over a little bit to the side. Fold it over a bit to the side. Put these two through the middle. Sorry about me moving, it's just really difficult with one hand and trying to film at the same time. And do the same with the others. So you're going in that way and in that way. Okay, and just wrap it round. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's nice if it is. We'll just do the best you can. So, excuse me. This is what they look like now. They've been wrapped back in cling film, and you need to do these in advance. Really, you can freeze these, defrost them. I'm going to put them back into firm back up because Rose's not back from work yet, so I'm going to leave them in the fridge now till she gets in. But I'm going to put these, when she gets back in, I'm going to put these in the oven for 30 to 35 minutes on around about 180. Because the chicken's so thin, it will cook perfect. If it was where you'd cut a slat across the top of the chicken and stuffed it and blah blah blah, then that'd probably take a little bit longer because you're cooking the whole breast of chicken, whereas this has been flattened out. And I will put some pics up, or possibly even a video of what they look like when they come back out. But believe me, we've had it several times and these are amazing.